interesting enough, Kamala Harris, our beloved vice president, well, she's getting engaged. She's getting involved. And she's going to address climate change migrants. Climate change. So the climate changed, and thus migrants, right? So maybe it changed over here. Maybe it got a little hotter over there because they're on the equator. God forbid it gets hot on the equator. Maybe it got cooler here because it got hotter there, or maybe it was just a little, like a couple of degrees too cool there, and then we got the warmth up here in the United States. Anyways, somebody stepped out of the shower one day, and did they say, fuck, I live in a narco state, in a failed narco state? No, they didn't say that. They said, wait, did they say, hey, there's a fuckload of welfare up in these United States where you get, where people just like pay you to like come on up and exist. They give you like these Visa cards with money on them. No. Maybe it was the free healthcare. Maybe it's the healthcare, because I think, you come up here and you stub your toe, you can sit in the ER, I'm pretty sure, until they bandage it up for you. You might have to wait a couple of days nowadays. God forbid you have an actual emergency. No, it's not because of that. Well, maybe it's all the free school that will give all like 8 of your children. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the free school for 8 of the kids. English as second or third language. Don't worry, we'll take care of you. Is it that? No, it's not that. It's the climate. It's the climate. So the climate is changed or changing. Something's going on. You go outside. The weather is always a little bit different every day. Every day. It's very rare that you get exact same temperature and precipitation from day to day. So it keeps changing. So, it's kind of like the whole country, like in Guatemala, has the chills. Yeah, so it's not all the free shit we have, the safety, or the failed narco state that they live in. Nothing to do with that. It's like they've got the chills. It's the chills. It's like the whole country's got a little bit of flu. And the reason for this little bit of flu that this country has, these little chills, is because 100 years ago, we had some industry. We don't have that. Don't worry. We got rid of the industry. Don't worry. I tell you what we did. You know what we did for these climate change migrants? You know what we did? And it's a really good thing. I think it's a really good thing. Is we took all of our industry that made us a wealthy enough country to provide these services for people who live here. Well, what we did is we said, what we'll do, I'll tell you what we'll do. We're going to package these jobs up. We don't want these jobs anymore because, these migrants are getting the chills in Guatemala, in Guadalajara. Maybe it's not Guadalajara. Maybe it is Guadalajara. Anyways, so these, they're getting, the old thermometer keeps wobbling back and forth. It just keeps going crazy. So what we did is we said, listen, we're calling all these world leaders, and we need some help because these poor migrants are getting the chills because we had some industry, and we're hoping. We called all these places. We got most of all of our jobs shipped. We made one call to China, and like 2/3 of our jobs just like a vacuum. They took like 2/3 of them. So we're almost done entirely deindustrializing the United States. We just have to make a few more calls to Bangladesh and few other third world countries, and we're hoping to get rid of 100% of our industry. So hopefully these migrants will be either cooler or warmer. We're not sure what we want them to be, but we would like them. We're going to try. We're thinking if we just get rid of a few more industry, the last remaining jobs in this country, if we can just get rid of the last few remaining jobs in this country, that maybe will make the Guatemalans cooler and or warmer and or drier and or wetter. So if we can do these things, if we can be diligent, and we can find we can find a couple more countries that can just at least take everything out, make sure we don't have any jobs in this country, except maybe we need the psychiatrists and we need the waiters. So as long as we have a few jobs left in the service industry, that's good for Democrats. That's good for the upper middle class. Anything we can do to help the upper middle class, if we can help them a little bit, we'll try to do that. We'll keep as many of those industries open as we possibly can. So that I really want to give a shout out to Kamala. Thanks, Kamala. I'm glad you're on the job, and someone needs to look out for these climate migrants, and I'm glad, because I know Joe is not as spry as he was, and because I know he cares about the climate migrants too. I realize that he definitely cares about climate migrants, and what's not to care about as far as climate migrants go. So I'm really happy that she's on the job, and I hope she takes care of things for us, and for those climate migrants, because who knows, we might be next. We might be the next climate migrants, and it's scary. It's scary. It's very scary. The prospect of being a climate migrant. I don't know really what that looks like. I have a lot of things. I don't know what it's like. If I come up to Canada, I don't know what passage to use. Do I ferry to Nova Scotia? I'm not sure how that would work. It's just very scary. It's a very scary thing to be a climate migrant, because you don't really know. You don't know, am I leaving because I'm cold? Am I leaving because I'm hot? Is it raining too much? Is it not going to rain enough? You don't know. You don't know when you're a climate migrant. You don't know. You don't know if you need an umbrella or if you need a parasol. That you don't know. You don't know what you need when you're a climate migrant. So, thank you, Kamala, for caring, because that's what we were missing. That's what we were missing, is caring. So, that last administration, they didn't care. They really didn't care. But you do, and I'd also like to ask that you leave Brittany alone. All right, everybody. All right.